Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another amazing match here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. This night, the stars are shining bright because we are having the All Stars match of OCC Season 2. I am your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by Megalass coming in clutch on our color roll this evening. How you doing tonight, Megalass?
I'm doing just fine. Always excited to get to cast and experience some more Overwatch, especially in some fun events like this.
Absolutely. Now we were running a little bit late, mostly because we were compiling information about both of our teams this evening that was not exactly readily available. So thank you so much for sticking with us. And I do want to let you all know a little bit ahead of time before we introduce who's going to be playing tonight that we're going to be doing some giveaways tonight. And that's going to be really exciting for y'all. So be sure to continue to stay tuned for those giveaways later in the stream this evening. I will also say that if you just happen to hit that sub button, $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription to be able to activate that, you might actually get an extra chance to win one of our awesome prizes this evening. So be sure to smash that sub button, or at very least hit that heart and punch that bell so you get notified when we're online. So let's go ahead and get into the introductions. Tonight we have Team Trash Pandas versus Team Ian, which is an acronym that stands for Incredibly Awesome Name. So for Team Trash Pandas, coming in on the tank roll from Team Eclipse, we've got Brimos, and Team EWP, we've got Bad Rep for our DPS tonight. We have from Team Ayaya, Eternal, and from Team EWP, Swimmy. And for our supports, we have from Monarch, Sheepy, and from EWP, Nova Vixen. I see a lot of EWP on this team. So hopefully that means that they're going to be working together pretty well, right? I feel like that's what we should be seeing here. All right. And for Team Ian, we have on the tank line from Monarch, both Bravery and KBC coming in on that tank line. For our DPS, we have from Team Salt, Prim, and Team EWP, Kazime. And for our supports, from Team Neko, Chibi Kitty, and Team Ayaya, McBean. So go ahead, start blowing up in the chat who y'all want to see take away this victory tonight during our All-Stars match. This is going to be our typical matchup tonight. It's going to be a best of 5 series. We'll go ahead and see if they want to continue playing after one team has officially won the series or not. So we'll see. We'll get to that point once we're playing our way through. But otherwise, looking at the SRs, there's only about a 70 SR difference between these two teams. Both teams borderlining the underside or the high side of Diamond and the low side of Platinum, or low side of Masters, and I mean the really low side. So what do you think about what we're going to possibly see tonight, Megalas?
I mean, as you mentioned, some teams, they do have a bit more players, so they might have some better synergy within it just because of naturally working together. But at the same time, this is an All-Stars event, so while you would expect them to try their hardest, you might see something like a Torbjorn, a Symmetra, the occasional, potentially Zenyatta, even though Zenyatta's in a very bad place right now. But I think it's just going to be great between these teams because it's all just for playing for fun at this point. It's honor.
Yes, it's all about the honor of deciding who is the best all-stars, I guess. But at the end of the day, we are just here to have fun. Our first map of the evening is going to be Ilios. So definitely going to be seeing a lot of different compositions that are going to be coming out. We are currently waiting just to see if the teams are ready and raring to go. And as soon as they are, we're going to go ahead and get started. Looking in the chat, Sir Meow 361 saying Trash Pandas for bad rep and EWP forever. So it looks like we got some love for the Trash Pandas in the chat, as well as from Hell's Virtue saying that Trash Panda logo looks so good. Pichu asking what's Ian. I said it earlier. It's incredibly awesome name. That's the name of their team, is IAN, Ian. The teams are not readying up. So I'm about ready to hit the start button if nobody's going to give me an R.
I mean, it's one of those things where I guess they're going to go in whether they want to or not.
Yeah, I mean we're already starting late, so we Pichu in the chat saying the most memes win, and I feel like that is what we're going to end up facing tonight. To be completely honest with you, the memeiest team is going to end up victorious this evening. All right, looks like we got Trash Pandas ready to go.
Yes, indeed. We're still waiting on Ian to come through with it, but onto the meme game. I mean, that is a strategy, to completely mentally destroy your opponent, win with something like a Torbjorn, because it's one of those things where you have to go back, whether it's just a round or a map, you have to be like, we just lost to a Torb, and you have to mentally process that, and it just couldn't completely mess you up for the rest of the series.
I don't know. Playing Busan lately as Torb, at least in Platinum Division on Xbox, has been quite an interesting change of pace for me. It's been a while since I picked up Torb, especially after the change. So it looks like we're waiting on one of their team members to come back. So that's why I don't know why they went anywhere. They knew we were getting ready to get started. So but yeah, that Torb pick lately has it depends on the composition that you're kind of playing. But I always personally believe that players like Symmetra or Torb just provide a lot of additional ground control, because it's additional weapons on the field to be utilized. Like the turrets do their own damage, as well as just the individual player, and so it allows them to go ahead and be able to get picks that otherwise they may not have been able to follow up on. So Brick in the chat saying, if I don't see memes, I'll be upset. Well, Brick, I don't think you're going to be disappointed tonight. Some of these folks I've known from the very early beginnings of OCCS, and they are meme lords extraordinaire. I assure you. So I guarantee you, at least one game this evening will be completely memeified, and we'll be just seeing some incredibly interesting setups. It looks like we are ready to go. So let's get this show on the road. Again, first map of the night is going to be Ilios. And the question is, which Ilios map will we be starting on? And it looks like we're heading to Widow's Playground, aka the Ilios Ruins, which Widowmaker has become a lot more usable on this map now, due to the recent nerfs that came to shielded characters and just kind of an overall shifting of the meta in preparation for the what's it called? The hero bans that are going to be coming out for the upcoming competitive seasons. So, what do you see coming out of spawn there, Megalas?
Well, obviously it's a spawn, so they do have to time change. Both teams currently hovered over the Ryan Zarya right now, which I'm never really against Ryan Zarya, but D.Va is still statistically just kind of the better off-tank. 3-second boosters, regardless of what you're playing against, is ridiculous for anyone to try to deal with, especially if, as you said, this is Widowmaker's playground, so a D.Va constantly being able to be in the Widow's face can shut it down completely. But the only Widow on the field is swimming, whereas Queen's often into green.
All right, well, it does come down to that play on the objective, although Widow is able to get some really great sidelines to try to get some picks. The main part of the battle is going to be happening on that objective, which I think is why we're seeing a lot of the composition we are right now. The Maywall Ore coming up for Eternal. Ore looking to block off Bravery right there, but is continuing to hold on despite all the damage that was coming in. We see now the Icicle coming up for Kazime, trying to stay up in the fight. Is Swimmy Ore getting the pick onto Chibi, but trades for Eternal. Brimos following up on that double kill, though, with the Fire Strike and Hammer, make that a triple. We're going to see the point cleared and Trash Pandas taking control, starting their percentage climb.
And Trash Pandas right there, they just played it so beautifully. They used their resources, such as both Zarya bubbles, instead of just to gain energy, they used it in situations where it was blocking incoming damage, but it also allowed, Primos to swing on that Reinhardt, and you see the value it got, almost to a shatter now. Pretty much the only ultimate on the field, that Nano coming in close for Shiki. And I feel like this next fight could be decided by one or two of those ultimates.
I agree with you there. 25% on the objective right now for the Trash Pandas, as we see Ian trying to work their way into the objective from multiple angles right now. Now choosing to group together. Look at it. Oh! The Shatter gets blocked by Eternal's wall! And a Shatter in return from Bravery ends up getting 3. The High Noon from Prim looking to see if they can get some additional picks. But regardless of that Shatter being canceled out, we still see Brimos back in the fight, doing a lot of damage, clearing the objective of Team Ian once again. 55% and climbing for the Trash Pandas.
And that could have been dangerous, but a nice little sleep dart from Sheepy shuts it down. But it was really... we have a little bit of a pause as we do have a disconnect.
That's no good. We're going to have to wait to see... It's not rigged. We didn't do anything. We're just sitting here, folks.
People from players.
Oh, goodness. It's funny because the person who is on the team that now has the advantage is like, this is rigged. It's like, that doesn't make any sense, fam. Makes no sense. All right, well, as we wait for the player to go ahead and get back into the match, 60% and climbing right now for the Trash Pandas. What do you think is the linchpin that is holding Trash Pandas together right now, Megalas?
Well, I mean, Brimos and Bad Rep on this tank line are creating such just kind of presence, and that's what you want from your tanks, because Swimmy, meanwhile, in the back line, is constantly firing off shots, uncontested in any way, shape, or form, and the only real contest that could come is if Chibi Kitty on the Lucio on the other side decided to go rush them single-handedly, but then you lose your Lucio in the front line, and this Brimos and Bad Rep will be able to collapse on the rest, so I think your best option is just to kind of either mirror this Widowmaker to get Prem to switch over, or get KBC after this Graviton over onto the D.Va, just because you need something to keep the Widowmaker out of everything.
No, I completely agree with you there. Have people been in? Let's go ahead and see. Let me go ahead and see if I can um, invite our player back in right now, as we're still waiting for them to get back. Not exactly for certain what. Okay, it looks like they had a game shutdown. Unfortunately, let's go ahead and see if we can get them back in here.
Love all of the technological difficulties that
Gotta love it.
come with these lovely, lovely things. But you know,
Yeah, I mean, when we're playing from our homes, it's difficult to be able to keep it all together. Sometimes I know myself, I get so heated playing competitive sometimes at midnight because my internet provider will just be like, "Hey, we're just gonna do a quick reset without telling anybody," and so and so they just flip the switch on the internet, and then I lose 50 SR because I'm in the middle of a match, and I'm like, "Bruh, why?" This is the only time I get to play without kids, and you're gonna do that to me. Why? Why?
uh, yeah, the climb is always fun. I may or may not have a broken keyboard or two in the corner for when those internet disconnections do arise. But it's just something you have to play around. I mean, until Overwatch can support, tiny little tournaments. But I've seen some low tier gameplay from the Overwatch League, so maybe the leagues like this are on the up and up.
No, I completely agree with you there. I think really honestly what keeps Overwatch in such a brilliant situation is not so much like Overwatch League. Like every organization has their like best of the best. But I feel like it's communities like these that really kind of hold it together because over and over we continue to find the love that we have for the game itself while we're playing, meeting like-minded players and just having a really great time, whether it be playing in competitive matches like this one or just goofing around and whatnot. Um, so Silent Monkey in the chat is saying, I'm new to OCC, so these are the peeps voted best in the league. And yes, as Zen Foxen said, these are the people voted on by the people, the players in OCCS voted upon these people that played during the season to decide who was essentially their best of the best. And so this is going to be our final match of season 2 as we prepare for kind of a major overhaul coming in season 3. And are we still having issues getting McBean in here?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, goodness.
There was a yoinking of the internet cord, but hopefully they'll return soon. I mean, throughout the little bits of the regular season, I got to see McBean was actually phenomenal from everything I saw of them. So hopefully they'll get back in here because truly a dominant support is what you're going to need when you're already down 60% like this on the first round. But it's just the first round, so nothing's lost, nothing's terribly done yet.
Gotcha. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and oh, never mind. I was gonna say if it takes any longer, we might throw it to a very early halftime until we can get McBean back in here. But they just popped back online. And do we have them back in the game? They're loading in. Come on. Eric, thanks for coming in. We're waiting. We had a DC on the side of incredibly awesome name team, and we're just waiting for them to get back right now. So we're just trying to get them back into the game. They're having some difficulty, unfortunately, even just connecting to the lobby. So not for certain what we're going to call in the ringer. We don't have any ringers. I wish it were that easy, but unfortunately, there we go. We are good to go. All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. Once again, thanks for hanging with us. I know that it does get frustrating, but we got all our teams ready and raring to go once again. 65% and climbing right now for the side of Trash Pandas. They're showing to be an incredibly dominant force right now, despite the fact that Bravery and KBC actually played on the same team the entire season together. So the coordination, I feel, in the tank line should be stronger coming in from them. Swimmy getting that pick onto KBC very early, though only trades for Eternal falling down to Bravery just moments earlier. So it is a 5v5 fight right now on and near the objective. Blizzard going down as the sights come out as well. They end up getting two, looking to see if they can clean it up. Kazime takes down Bad Rep. Remos getting followed up on Bravery as KBC now coming back in as the Hammond, who has been incredibly deadly right now. Kazime ends up taking down Sheepy as the Shatter coming out from Bravery. I don't know if they were expecting like a charge from Remos or something, just trying to touch the objective or whatnot, but anyways, it got wasted, and now they've got control of the point. 15% incline for Ian.
But they are going to be facing the most crazy uphill battle on the side of Ian. All they have is this Deadeye, closing it on a Nano Boost as well. Meanwhile, so many ultimates to worry about on the other side as they're already engaging in them out.
Ooh, the Blizzard coming out from Eternal, looking to see if they can go ahead and clean up the objective. Prim ends up falling to Bad Rep due to the freeze of the Blizzard. Slam now coming in from KBC, working their way in. Double Nanos coming out on the runs. They're rolling it out right now as the Graviton ends up sucking up Kazime there at the end. Anti-nade in favor of Trash Pandas right there, but does not end up working out in their favor. Brimos ends up taking down McBean as they tried to contest the point with all their might. 55% and continuing to climb right there as KBC now just trying to hold on to the objective. Control swapping back over to Trash Pandas, but it's not going to be enough as Sheepy ends up taking down Kazime, coming back in as the Doomfist. Right now the only one touching is Bravery as overtime continuing to tick away. Somebody trying to touch that objective, but not going to get there fast enough. Widow's Playground will end up going to the Trash Pandas 100 to 59.
To be fair, Ian did have a very nice stall for a fight. They lost incredibly early with an early pickoff onto, I believe, their Reinhardt, but that is just the first round, of course. But throughout that round, you really have to acknowledge both Anas landing quite a few three-man anti-nades, preventing that heal to come through. And I think that's going to be the story of this match, just how powerful the Anas are on both these teams.
Yeah, and we're looking at very evenly matched Ana S. Well, currently sitting in the Masters range for both of them. So we're going to be seeing a lot of skill coming out from McBean and Sheepy this evening. But it looks like we've actually seen a swap. Chibi Kitty taking the Ana this time around as McBean coming in on the Lucio. Prim and Kazime also taking up the Tracer and Doomfist for this fight, as Swimmy ends up swapping over to the McCree. Ends up taking down Kazime incredibly early as Brimos tackles Bravery into oblivion, with it being a 3v6, make that a 3v5 fight, and a Shatter already coming out from Brimos to clean up Chibi Kitty and KBC. The objective is unlocked, but nobody's touching it yet. There we go. As Bad Rap goes ahead and works their way back to grab the objective in favor of the Trash Pandas to start their percentage climb.
You know, I'm always waiting for the day where we see just a 20-minute cough round where neither team captures the objective and they both just kind of play around.
That would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Ooh, but we're already seeing the stun coming in after the Maywall separates Bravery out from the rest of the team. But Prim getting Swimmy in the back line does tie things up. Pulse Bomb coming in, but ends up getting shielded by Bad Rep as they continue to make their way into the objective. KBC will end up melting down Eternal. 4v5 right now as they continue to make their way in, trying to get some additional picks. Here comes the Nano coming in onto Brimos, going for an odd tackle, or more so maybe just trying to wear off the anti-nade that ended up just hitting them. Swimmy will take down Prim as the percentage continues to climb for the side of Trash Pandas, 45% and up right now. We end up seeing the Sleet Dart coming in onto Brimos as Kazime now coming in as the McCree with Prim as the Ash goes ahead and sets up for another push.
And right now, Sheepy is down. That creates so much less healing for the side of Trash Pandas. So I feel like they're going to get collapsed on in the next fight.
All right, let's go ahead and see if they can make it happen. Ultimate's coming online right now as the Shatter comes in, gets stunned out as Bravery taking down Brimos, comes in with a Shatter of their own. Not able to get much of anything, unfortunately, due to the bubbles coming out from Bad Rep. And the Blizzard looking to solidify kills, but Prim clearing the objective as Ash with that beautiful dynamite, and the rest of the team helping out with that anti-nade and stuns from Kazime and Chibikitty. That's going to give control over to Team Ian, 10% and climbing.
And I do actually really like this Ash pick because you've seen Brimos on the line has been super aggressive. The shield has been up, get the dynamite in. And we already have a Bob online going in.
Bob and Graviton coming out, looking to counter either side right now as the Bob continually getting frozen, just trying to take out May in the Icicle right now. The Deadeye from Kazime ends up getting 2 as Bravery follows up onto Bad Rep. That's going to go ahead and send them back to spawn for a quick regroup. 38% and climbing for Team Ian.
One thing to be worried about for Ian, though, is you used everything in that fight. Bravery has to build up to this Shatter simply to compete with Brimos on the other side, because that Nano Boost is going to come down, that Ryan's going to go aggressive, and you're going to have to shatter something, at least get the trade in order to get
Here it comes, that Nano, but the anti-nade coming in from either side as well, trying to see if they can take down Bravery. Oh, there's the shatter, but counter shatter coming in from Brimos ends up getting a double as well, and the cleanup is coming in for the Trash Pandas, 71%. Oh no, it looks like McBean trying to hold on to the objective for a couple extra percentages. 73% for Team Ian as Trash Pandas retakes control.
And now you have the trade-off. The Nano Boost is now on the other side with less than 10% left before this entire round map of Ilios goes the way of Trash Pandas. Someone's got to get onto this point.
All right, the Dynamite coming in right now, ends up getting shielded as KT now swapping back over to the Ham, and the Nano coming in, allowing them to take down Brimos as Nova sends Prim right over the side. Swimmy cleaning up the objective as McCree getting those final blows over and over as KBC gets frozen out, trying to stay on the point for as long as possible. Overtime ticking away right now. Swimmy ends up taking them out in the end, and that is going to be match number 1 here on Ilios, going to the Trash Pandas.
I mean, it was just such over-aggressive play from Brimos, created so much space for the DPS to work, and that's pretty much how you want to play this very meta composition. However, Prim getting the nod of play of the game, and well-deserved. This well-timed dynamite gets chucked at the point, just kind of follows up on a lot of the Blizzard damage. Everybody kind of zoned by it.
That's right. Woo! Look at that, folks. All right. As we go ahead and prepare for our next map, let's take a quick look in the chat. It looks like everyone's going back and forth over now the memes going down in the chat saying that Prim actually plays Overwatch on a rotary phone and an old Microsoft 98 joystick. Which would be incredibly impressive if that was a possible way to play. I'm gonna go ahead and set things up for the next match. Megalas, why don't you go ahead and give us an overview of what we saw from these two teams?
I mean, I think it always just kept boiling back down to the Ana play. The anti-nades were setting things up, and you saw a lot of the time Zarya bubbles were being forced from both teams while they were running Zarya just to kind of cleanse that anti, whether it be on their Reinhardt or onto potentially their Lucio. At the end of the day, Trash Pandas just decided to run the meta. The Mei is so impactful. It's absolutely ridiculous the power that hero has right now. Get a lovely little nerf for her in the works, of course, but, you know, PTR is still always that long way away. It feels like forever. But, yeah, I mean, Mei is just... It's a map editor. It's high sustain. It's slowing. It's everything you could ever ask for and more in a hero.
Mm-hmm. And it really allows additional DPS and tanks to be able to do an incredible amount of damage with that Mei as well. I always get people that are like, oh, you don't have gold damage. Yeah. Yeah, because May's job is to make sure that everyone's slow enough that you, the rest of the team, can do the damage to take them out. Like it's not necessarily May's job to take out the team. It's to slow them down enough so that the rest of their team can take it out. So right now it looks like Team Ian picking our assault map right now is leaning to Volskaya. I just want to make sure because I got a no right after that.
Well, no, I believe the no is what I was saying in the chat because I'm just having fun with our teams while they just kind of sit in back and forth.
Alrighty. All right, so it looks like we will be headed to Volskaya Industries for our next map. That's definitely a fan favorite. Very rarely do we see very many other maps like Temple of Anubis or Horizon Lunar Colony. Volskaya just seems to be the one that is like the King's Row of assault maps. It's just the one that everyone seems to go for. So I'm really interested to see. You don't think so?
I do not agree with that at all. I feel like it's above Horizon Lunar Colony and Paris is in a lot of people's minds, not mine, of course. But
really,
I feel like Hanamura more fits into that. Everybody plays it, everyone knows it.
Yeah, that's a good style.
Point. If we go to King's Row in this match tonight, you may just see me cry on stream though.
I can almost guarantee you between both these teams, one of them is gonna. We're going to King's Row for hybrid. Like it's almost like if we allowed the chat to pick, I think that would be a completely different story. But if we're allowing the teams to pick, then it's going to come down to King's Row. So let's go ahead and see if the teams are ready and raring to go. Looking in the chat, it looks like we're getting some love for either side right now. Zenthox and giving some love to Prim with some poggers there, as well as Silent Monkey and Sir Meow going for Bad Rep and Brimos on the tank line of Trash Pandas, giving them some love in the chat. So really looking to see which team will end up coming out on top as we head into Volskaya Industries.
And I think Jag in the chat hits the nail on the head. The power of Twitch Prime has been helping Brimos absolutely slap in this series so far. I mean, when you get Azario with you, it allows you to play that aggressive Ryan, and that's something that a D.Va doesn't necessarily give you because all she has for you is a 3-second defense matrix, and generally she never really wants to burn it on any damage you're taking in, whereas Azario is more than happy to bubble you if you're just swinging into Narnia.
Nope, that is exactly correct. And that note of Twitch Prime will remind you all once again that we do have some gifts that we will be giving away later on in the evening. So if you hit that sub button, $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription, will give you an additional entry into our contest for this evening. So they are some incredibly exclusive pop figurines that we'll be giving away. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, so a little bit more into what we'll be giving away. Very super exclusive pop figurines being given away tonight. And thank you so much to one of our biggest supporters, as well as a huge worker here at the OCCS Elfie for providing those gifts to be given away this evening. So let's go ahead and see how this will go down. It looks like the memes have begun.
I mean, we're mirroring turbulence.
I mean, so I think this is hammer battle time. I think that's where we're at right now. Because look at how they're set up.
Oh, is it the hammer battle?
It's hammer battle time, baby! Ooh! Here we go! Kazime versus Eternal in the hammer battle for the ages! 30 seconds Azore wasted on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go from Brimos. The hammers are coming out to decide who will end up choosing a victory, and Eternal will fall to Kazime. Immediately, the fight has broken out now, looking to see who will end up actually taking control of the objective. McBean getting the double kill onto Nova and Bad Rep as they go ahead and clear the remainder of the objective. Swimmy able to get that pick onto KBC as they go ahead and grab the objective with a little over 3 minutes on the clock. Thank you to Saitos94 and Zenthoxin for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Definitely getting those extra chances in our contest for this evening. So 5 minutes 40 seconds on the clock now as they go into Objective B. The question is, will there be another tour battle wait?
It looks like it. I mean, that was
boy.
Oh. Eternal takes a nice little shot, and then both teams are just kind of staring at each other. I don't know if it's
I think they're waiting. Here goes. The tour battle is going on. Kazime currently above on health right now as Eternal ends up popping the overcharge as well as Kazime. Trying to keep it up. Kazime takes the battle once again, but Nova on the brig flips out on Kazime immediately after the battle's over. It's a 5v5 right now on the objective as Chibi ends up rezzing Kazime back into the fight. Now the Primal and Nanoed Winston coming out for bravery as well as KBC dropping the minefield on the objective, looking to see if they can get that first on the objective. The Molten Core now coming out for Kazime, looking to clean it up as KBC getting the double boop for KBC coming in onto Sheepy and Nova Vixen. First tick on the objective as we see Brimos coming in as the ball as well ends up getting taken out. The Blossom solidifies the objective that no one touches. 4 minutes 29 seconds as they go ahead and move into round 2.
Oh my god. That was just the funniest. Like, I just love the instant the tour battle is over, both teams just immediately just the go button is pressed. But
see,
shout out to the chat. Eric gifting 5 subs.
Eric, 5 tier 1 subs, increasing that hype train right now. Sir Meow, Bad Rep, Krosky, Hell's Virtue, and Widow Faker all getting an additional chance to grab one of our exclusive pops for this evening. So thank you so much, Eric, for supporting our amazing community and gifting those subscriptions. It looks like we have a swap for the tour battle now. Prim and Swimmy will now be taking up the tour roles. Can I just say I am incredibly impressed that Kazime was able to take those battles back to back as the Torb, being 200 SR below Eternal. So it just goes to show that you may be a good DPS, but you're only as good as your Torb battle skill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if your SR really factors into how well you can do in a Torb Hammer 1v1.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, though.
But I mean, hey.
All right, here we go. I'm really wondering what we're gonna end up seeing here, because honestly, there's been no guarantee that whoever wins the tour battle wins the objective yet. It just happens to be that that's come out that way. So let's go ahead and see. Is now Prim versus Swimmy coming in for the tour battle right now. Let's go ahead and see who will end up taking it. I think we're waiting for... there it goes. The tour battle has started. Prim currently in the lead with heals right now. Ends up taking them out as they go ahead and now try to take control of the objective. The charges end up meeting one another as Prim's turret takes down Bad Rep. After that anti-nade, it looks like they're going to have to go ahead and pull out. Eternal does end up picking off McBean at the end of that, but gets followed up on by Bravery. 3 minutes remaining on the clock as we still see this continued fight just off of the objective. But it looks like right now Trash Pandas are going to go ahead and regroup for another push.
And it looks as though they're resetting up for another Torb 1v1, which is, I was curious about how it would go if the offense loses one, and now we finally know.
They just do it again.
And currently,
we haven't seen a guarantee that the offense will win the objective necessarily if they win the tour battle. So I feel like the 6-on-5 isn't necessarily a guarantee. As we see the trades coming in, Eternal takes down Prim with Primos following up on Chibi Kitty. So it's a 4v4 fight right now as Prim was able to get a little bit of the Molten Core on the objective before getting taken out, doing quite a bit of damage. The Minefield now looking to control the objective as we see Brimos taking down Kazime. Now here comes the whole hog from Brimos looking to see if they can grab the objective and clear the minefield in their favor. KBC coming back in, trying to keep that contesting going as the fight continues on. They're not even letting the tour battle happen anymore. Going for that first tick. They're able to get it for Trash Pandas as KBC coming back into the fight, ends up getting hooked and punched off. Chatter coming in from the sky is Bravery, but yeah, Swimmy coming in with the Torb Hammer is like, I can't take down Torb, but you bet I'm taking down a Reinhardt. And Kazime with that Blossom ends up getting Swimmy, but ends up getting slept in return by Sheepy. The Nano comes on to Bad Rep, looking to solidify control of the objective as they have 2 ticks with a minute left on the clock. KBC coming out with the minefield as Brimos tries to clear it up with the use of their shield, but it's a 3v3 fight right now. Chibi gets taken down by Brimos as the fight continues on. 55 seconds remaining as KBC takes GP out. In their backline is Eternal on the Doomfist, looking to see if they can clean up KBC, but will not end up being successful. The Anti-Nade coming in right now as Brimos with the whole hog again gets the double. Kazime following up on the double of their own as Swimmy taking down Prim. McBeaming following up on Swimmy. It's this continued battle for the ages right now, and with just about 30 seconds remaining on the clock, we will end up seeing Trash Pandas go ahead and take the objective, giving them 3 minutes, 20 seconds to take objective Bravo.
That was like a 2.5 minute Volskaya first point fight, not counting the tour battles. Like, that was just back and forth and absolutely ridiculous. But I love the setup in that last tour battle. As soon as Prim manages to win it, Brimos was in a corner with a hook already aimed onto the Zenyatta on the other side. And so we're seeing another tour battle get set up here. And so far, I mean, Swimmy has not officially won a tour battle. Nobody on the side of Trash Pandas has won a tour battle yet.
And that's so interesting to me. So incredibly interesting because, again, if we look at the SR differential, Swimmy does end up taking the victory right there, finally, for the Trash Pandas. Brimos also getting the double right there, taking down Kazime, and Bravery is Nova following up on Chibi Kitty. The only one left on the objective right now is KBC, looking to see if they can get some additional damage in, but the Molten Core from Prim is trying to control the objective, and now we've got orange on yellow right now as the Molten Core also comes out from Prim, looking to see if they can retake control of the objective. Still not a tick to be had as Eternal punches Chibi Kitty straight into the wall, but it looks like they're going to end up having to retreat here in the end as Prim takes down Cheapy. Nope, they're going back in for another push, looking to see if they can get that pick onto Bravery right now. Here it comes. Eternal coming in. Oh, but Bravery with the shatter ends up taking down Eternal. KBC with the minefield as well. Maybe a little overkill, but the objective is safe. Not a tick to be had. 1 minute, 30 seconds on the clock.
It looks like we're going to be setting back up for another tour battle here. And it's so interesting to watch this because there's actually a set strategy for the side of Trash Pandas, because they're setting Brimos up somewhere where as soon as the tour battle's over, one way or another, they can just line up an easy hook and get another pick. So it's actually been working out rather well. Not able to cap though, and as you said, we're now down to less than a minute.
Yep, minute on the clock. This is the tour battle for all tour battles right now. And like I said, like the DPS differential in this tour match is way bigger, about 600 SR difference. So again, it's really coming down to the fact that you're only as best as your Torb Hammer skills when it comes to your DPS SR. But Swimmy was able to take that battle once again. Brimos with the triple kill coming in with that whole hog. It looks like the objective will end up being captured by the Trash Pandas. That will give them an additional 37 seconds on the clock, bringing them up to a minute, which also adds to the side of Team Ian, giving them 5 minutes. So these tour battles have to come up huge for the side of Trash Pandas moving forward.
I mean, absolutely. You essentially have to win, but it just comes down to this very intricate, like, I never really thought of a strategy past a Torb 1v1, but they're making it work. This Roadhog pick from Brimos has been absolutely crazy in terms of getting another pick, or at least pulling somebody out of the fight, whether to even it up or give them an even bigger advantage moving forward. And it looks like Kazime is actually going back over to the Torbjorn now, so Swimmy and Kazime both are going to be taking up the mantle, and I'm interested to see how this one goes.
All right, definitely going to be interesting to see how this goes down. Kazime during the first round was able to win every tour battle they fought, with Swimmy only taking half of the battles against Prim. So definitely going to be an interesting dynamic now. SRs are actually relatively even hovering around 2,600 between these two. But so I'm really interested to see how their Torb Hammer skills will fare in this matchup.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and once again, it just comes down to, I mean, it could even come down to something as simple as like latency difference of 10% could determine. But with only a minute on the clock, Swimmy has to win this battle. I mean, the stakes have never been higher for a Torbjorn, I believe.
Either that or Brimos just has to get some really good hooks to start things off. And here it goes. The Torb Hammer battle has started, as both Brimos and McBeanbean taking a nap during it right now as they continue to fight it out. Swimmy will win the battle, taking out Kazime right there as they go ahead and try to clear the objective. Prim will follow up on Sheepy as Bravery falls to Swimmy's turret. It's a 4v4 fight right now. We'll make that 3-2-1 as they go ahead and clear out everyone from the side of Trash Pandas right now. The only ones left are Swimmy and Bad Rep, who will get taken down by McBeanbean, but McBeanbean will fall to Swimmy there in the end as KBC takes them out of the fight in return. Not a tick to be had, despite the victory coming out from Swimmy on that Torb. And that is going to give us now 5 minutes for Team Ian to go ahead and take this objective.
5 minutes for a first point hold in these Torb battles. It's gargantuan task of any team, but not only do I believe you have to win every Torb 1v1, but then the ensuing fight, because the side of Ian is just not one to give up. They will keep throwing everything at you until the bitter end, and it's honestly just enjoyable to see a little bit of strategy develop with this, because as I already said with the Roadhog, but then also you saw the Baptiste being run for Nova, so that way the Immortality Field could immediately be thrown down onto Eternal or Swimmy the second the Torb battle was over. So
that they could heal him back up before the fight actually ensued. That's an incredible strategy, actually. And we've seen both teams be able to win out a battle despite what the results of the actual Torb battle ended up being. So even on those 5v6 circumstances, the strategy involved in making sure that they can take the objective, whether or not their Torb ends up winning, is showing to be incredible right now. Eternal, it does have a very high marker right now to obtain, as they are going against Prim now for the Torb 1v1, and has yet to win a Torb 1v1 battle in this matchup. So I'm interested to see how this is going to come down.
Yeah, I was about to highlight it, but you took the words right out of my mouth.
My bad.
Has to be the one to do this. And what's also interesting, I haven't done it much on First Point, but either Sheepy or McBeanbean has just been dancing as like the little ring girl in the middle on Ana before the fights sometimes. So it's always...
That's awesome. I love it. All right, the Tor battle it's ensuing right now as the Hammers Ore starting to swing. Getting hit first right now. Prim following up on that, but as we see now, the overcharge coming in for both Torbjorns. Prim sitting on top ends up taking Eternal out of the fight. still not getting those. The Swimmy takes down Prim in a blaze of glory as the Reaper, immediately melting that down. The Anti-Nade comes in onto Primos, but the Immortality Field is going to keep them up, allowing them to take a Bravery out of the fight. Kazime in on that Junkrat, looking to see if they can do some damage, but ends up getting melted by Bad Rep. 3 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock as we set up for another Torb 1v1.
Yes, indeed. And to continue to talk about the strategy of the picks these teams are running, I'm not really sure about the Zarya because of the amount of time a Torb 1v1 takes. You lose a lot of your energy, so you're not going to be able to output damage, but...
As Eternal states in the chat, have I ever said how much I hate Torb?
Eternal might win one. Who knows?
Oh, I hope that the blessing is coming right now. They are running down that clock, so the longer Eternal survives, the better that it is for them. But Eternal sitting low right now. Prim popping the overcharge, looking to see if they can get that pick. But Eternal winning it out in the end. Immortality and Bubble come out to keep Eternal back in the fight as the turret takes down Kazime. Swimmy cleaning up the double as well onto Bravery and Chibi Kitty. 2 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock, and another Torb 1v1 to have as Eternal is like, I won!
You won one, and now with
You're
2 minutes 30 seconds, you got to win a few more though.
Yep, it's not over yet. Not until the lady says victory or defeat.
Oh my goodness! It's honestly, it's just funny. Not only how these Torbs fight, but once the fight is over, the immediate collapse from both teams to just go in.
Here it goes. Torb battle happening once again. Eternal and Prim sitting at the same amount of health right now. Eternal popping the overcharge a little bit later than Prim and will be successful, taking Prim out of the fight once again. Shatter coming in from Primos as well as Bravery, but the Molten Core and Swimmy will go ahead and clean up the objective. Bad Rep getting the final kill there onto Kazime. 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining on the clock. And Trash Panda still holding on as Eternal is like, I won! Again!
What was interesting about that, if you were watching the health bars out, Eternal dropped 2 one-shot. Meanwhile, Prim still had to probably take 3 or 4 more hammer blows. And Eternal somehow managed to just not get hit, get all 3 to 4 of those blows in. And now we're only at about a minute on the clock, so this could potentially be the first point hold. This could be the draw we've all asked for and wanted in our Torb battles. And I mean...
yeah, I guess it could, couldn't it? I didn't even think about the fact that this would be a draw at the end of all this if they didn't get it. All right, Prim's got to bring it back, and they do have the Molten Core online for afterwards as well. So let's go ahead and see if they can make it happen. As Torb Hammer's Ore starts to swing, Eternal and Prim both sitting at the same amount of health right now. It looks like one of them is getting ready to fall. Eternal will be the one to fall as the Valkyrie ends up getting popped. KBC drops the minefield on a majority of Team Trash Pandas as Swimmy popping the Blossom ends up getting one. KBC, Bravery, and Kazime will go ahead and clear the objective, grabbing that one tick, tying it up 1-1 here in the series. Team Ian will be tied with the Trash Pandas.
I don't even know what to say. Well, the fact that it's not a Torbjorn play is absolutely tragic. I must say that, but this was pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't it? It was a double kill with the minefield and then the double boop.
Ooh, the Brig just walking out of spawn doesn't know.
Yeah, just had like if they had half a second of additional time to be able to stun that Hammond, it wouldn't have even happened. But oh man, that stinks. But hey, we saw some incredible Torb battle action. You wanted the memes. You're going to see them here on OCC Scrims, folks. We're going to go ahead and head to a short 5-minute break again. We're going to start giving away stuff right after the break, so be sure to hit that sub button for an extra chance to win some amazing, very limited edition pop figurines. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with more All Stars action.
I need those.
I'm on point.
With an ass, you rarely see that sometimes too because of the different ability, but Ace able to do it. I do have 3 ults coming on the side of Frost as they're able to push Ayaya back once again, but you have 4 ults coming out from Ayaya, so can they use it enough? So let's see, Eternal is gonna now get the oof counter.
Dude, we live it. He's like,
What's the ball process on this, dude?
he's like, look,
2 HP.
yo, look at the
Water
moves.
warrior.
Look at the moves. Look at the moves.
Look at this chick with oh.
I panic. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another amazing night here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. We have got some amazing action going on this evening in our All Stars event between Trash Pandas and Team Ian, aka Incredibly Awesome Name. I am your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by Megalas coming in on the color roll this evening. Megalas, you want to give us a quick recap before we give away our first prize of the evening for the first half?
How do I even recap the glorious of the first half? I mean, we had a pretty even fight on our first Koth map, only went... Actually, no, it did only go 2 rounds. Trash Panda taking away decisively. And then we went to Volskaya for some Torb 1v1 shenanigans, got the hammer battles going, and Ian, at the very last minute, was able to cap it out. So it was pretty fun, pretty enjoyable. If you missed it, it's one of those things you definitely don't want to miss here.
I agree with you there. It seems like we're having a battle between Trash Pandas right now to decide where we're going to go. It looks like one member wants to pick Eichenwald, but everyone else wants Kings Row. So I'm not for certain who to go with right now.
Go with Eichenwald, please.
Eichenwald would be nice. So while we're figuring that out, we're going to go ahead and start the giveaway for our first pop this evening. Now, this pop is an Amazon exclusive Ana pop figurine, and I don't remember the specific skin that is, but I know that is one that is a very rare breed in the pop community. If you follow all the amazing pops that come out, just put exclamation OCC All Star in the chat so that you can go ahead and get entered into the giveaway for this. Remember, if you are subscribed, you will get an additional chance to win this pop as well. Again, that is exclamation OCC All Star, as I did just right there.
And so did I.
All right. Wait, has it actually started yet? Isn't there usually like a box that pops up? I did want to thank Sheeps as well for coming in with that 2-month subscriber, and Prim for the 3-month subscriber. Love those subiversaries.
But yeah, so we
All
just
right.
have lovely giveaways because it's just such an awesome community here at OCC. Always doing things, always working together, and it's beautiful to see.
We try our best. Definitely the admins and staff putting a lot of into trying to make it all happen. I'm just wanting to verify, Jag. Do we have it going already?
Yeah, we're good. Everyone's...
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Usually there's like a pop-up in the chat that says to type whatever in there. But if you got it going, then I guess we're good to go. So we'll give it another minute or two, folks, because I know that the stream has to catch up with you all. So we'll give a couple more minutes to battle that out as we figure out what the teams actually want to go to right now. I have to now reread the battle that was going on while we were talking about the pop figurine.
It's King's Row, but Eternal was trying to be a weenie. That's all it is.
Eternal's trying to be a weenie. No surprise there. But I mean, I would have been good for Eichenwald. I'm just saying it right now. Like, that would have been great.
I'm so tired of King's Row. It drives me insane. Like, it's not that I hate the map. It's actually a beautifully designed map. It's just everybody plays it, but I've griped and groaned enough about King's Row. You've probably heard it because anytime I'm here, King's Row comes up and I complain about it because it's that type of map.
Megalas, I wouldn't even say it's here. Like, every organization that we've been a part of, like, everyone picks King's Row
I
for the hybrid map. If they have a choice, like, that's what it ends up coming down to, and I don't know exactly why. Other than the fact that, like, it's the most popular map. Like, if you probably did a vote, King's Row is probably the most popular map. Yeah.
I mean, it's not really standard, but like, you know what you're expecting on Kings Row. You know all the little things. You're not going to get caught in a doorway because you're like, oh, I forgot this door was here. You know it inside and out, and so that's always the advantage of Kings Row. But to see it over and over again, just it gets monotonous. I feel like teams could get a lot of value. Well, maybe not in this specific instance, just because this is an All-Stars game, but like in actual tournaments when you're playing for, trying to get those wins under your belt, teams can get a lot of value out of picking maps like, Numbani, Eichenwald, things you don't always see just because nobody prepares for it.
Nope, I agree with you there. Okay, we've let a couple of minutes slide by, so let's go ahead and see who our winner. Drum roll, please. Chippy Kitty walking away with the Amazon exclusive Anna pop figurine. As they were fighting, actually, it's funny because if you look earlier in the chat, they were fighting against McBean Bean because they've both been playing Anna tonight, and they were like, "Fight me, I'm getting this." And I guess that's how it is. Eric, I'm sorry that you missed it. We did say we were gonna give it away after the half, but there is gonna be another one later on. So be sure to stay until the end so that you can have a chance to get that pop as well. But let's go ahead and see if the teams are ready to go. We're getting asked if we can play Goats Row.
I don't think that's how that works. I would fully.
I mean, it's up to the person in charge here who is in the chat with us. So if they give it a go, we can give them a go. But it's completely up to you, Jag.
If the admin says okay, Eternal, he's part of it.
No,
I mean, I think Goats would be a lot of fun to watch.
Okay, let's go ahead and see. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if the admin are good to go. Oh, thank you.
I'm already in there. I have an opportunity to see Goats. I'm energized about Kings Row now. I'm interested.
Goats Row way more interesting than Scrims.
I remember I got to see a little bit of Goats gameplay not too long ago with a different tournament, and I want you to know it was like a drug into my bloodstream. It was like so good to see. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, let's go ahead and see. Eternal is like, so as a DPS player.
Brig prison for you.
Eternal's gonna say that's a hard no. Sorry, folks. That's too bad. All right. Let's see if our teams are ready to go as we head to Kings Row for our third map of the evening. Want to give a special shout out again to Chibi Kitty, our winner of the Amazon exclusive Anna pop figurine. Congratulations. We are going to be giving away another equally special, equally rare pop figurine at the end of the stream tonight. So be sure to stay tuned for the rest of the map. Eternal's still pushing for Eichenwald right now. really wanting to say Eichenwald, but no. But everyone else on your team wants to go Kings Row, and there are no captains to decide. So I'm gonna have to say a hard no there, Chief. That we're just gonna head to Scrims Row here. We're just waiting to see if Ian is ready to go.
I personally believe if we had the time, Eternal should be allowed to a trial by combat for his Eichenwald pick of a Torb 1v1 against his own team. And if he wins, then he's allowed to
go. Based on how we saw that last match go, I don't think Eternal would be up for that.
Eternal won twice. Come on, maybe 3 times. No, I think it was just twice.
All right, let's go ahead and get this party started as we head to Kings Row.
Now entering Kings Row.
We're gonna hopefully see, maybe some Hanzo, some window marker, as people like to call her.
Match.
Yep, hand soap and window markers are always great on this map. But it all depends also on the setup of the other team as well. If they come in with a very brawly composition, they may find themselves at a disadvantage, but they could equally be using those long-range sniper positions provided to them by this map to hold objective alpha here as we go ahead and wait for the assemble heroes screen to pass. And what do we got, Megalas?
We're seeing double shield for the attacker, so that does have time to change. But meanwhile, for the defense, which is pretty much what we're going to see, is the standard meta composition, you can call it. You got your Mei, your McCree. And McCree is so vital in this composition just because, as you were talking about earlier, Mei doesn't necessarily output damage, but McCree, it's a lot of damage. I think it's the only way you can sum it up. And fun little fact about King's Row, slightly off topic, but there's actually like an invisible room on second point if you look through a specific window, and it always bugs me on this map because I never understand where that window is showing. It just goes into a wall.
I feel like I know the room that you're talking about. There was a big thing a couple of years ago that people were talking about, and I think that it was like really shown out during the winter map for King's Row, which is why it just created so much traction. So I also am interested. I would imagine it's just a shop, but we are seeing the double shield come out this time for the side of Team Ian, while we see a Trash Panda still sticking on that Ryan Zarya. How do you think that that's going to decide on this fight there, Megalas?
I mean, Ryan Zarya does give you the more offense, whereas you're kind of waiting for your Widowmaker to get a pick. As Tarzan's in, though.
That tackle coming in from KBC takes Primos out of the fight incredibly quick as the Dynamite looking to follow up on a couple. Prim does get the double onto Bad Rep and Swimmy, as Prim now working their way to the high ground to keep them from coming back into the fight. It looks like they are going to end up grabbing Objective Alpha, giving them 5 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock to move into the street stage.
Now, when your other team is running double shield like this, it is kind of hard to crack. But when your Ana decides to take on Widowmaker by themselves and win that fight, I guess it makes it a lot easier.
That is true. Let's go ahead and get into the action once again with that beautiful hammer down from KDC. Prim throwing the Dynamite to clean it up as well. They're going to go ahead and clear the street phase here on King's Row with 4 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. What?
Where was
that? I think that was a missed Q press, which always makes me feel bad about PC players compared to like console players, because it's just a finger slip to get to that Q. Like, you really got to put your hand out of position on a controller to hit that ultimate button off.
I've done it console.
I didn't say it wasn't possible, but I said it's not as easy as flipping a Q vice an A or a W. The Bob getting nanoed though, but it looks like that's going to be a double ult wasted right there, as we see Eternal freezing up the Bob from being able to do any damage. Now we're going to see the Bongos get invested into the fight as Bravery working their way in. Shatter coming down as Bravery gets the nano, but Objective 2 has been captured. 5.5 minutes on the clock once again, as we go ahead and see Trash Pandas now taking control of the objective.
And while I understand the value of the Reaper pick here, unfortunately, because you're going to be poked down at range, I'm not sure it's the most efficient. I feel like in this situation, especially where you're able to hold the cart now right at the beginning of the scene, a Symmetra can get such high value, burning down these shields, gaining ammo off of it so she can never stop shooting, but also just hiding these corners so nothing can poke her at range. Interesting as the ult is being thrown.
Alright, the Blizzard Ore coming out from Eternal, but Prim through the Bob as well, cleaning up either two players on either team right now. Bravery continuing to try to stick it out as the Zarya, as we quick respawn of KBC, getting back into the fight. Graviton ends up grabbing KBC, but continues to hold up. Not a lot of damage into that Graviton, as would be expected. KBC tackling Brimos all the way into the backline and takes them out of the fight, but KBC soon to fall afterwards by Swimmy. It is a 4v4 fight right now as the payload furiously moves its way into objective number 3 with about 4 minutes on the clock.
again, I think KBC's just been excellent on this Reinhardt, clearing space for their team, even though the occasional death. Oh my goodness, Primo!
The complete, like, what? Wow! So that was a streamlined tackle that didn't run into the wall, ran out right before the wall, immediately into a shatter comboed with a blossom from Brimos and Swimmy, clearing the objective of everyone on Team Ian to give them control once again. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock.
That was the most insane play I've ever seen. I mean, it was just so perfectly timed, so fluid. And now they have a very good defensive hold position here on C. And the charges are starting.
All right, once again, the coalescence coming out from McBeanbean, looking to see if it can clean up as the Nano comes in on them as well. Gets the double, make that a triple, taking Eternal out with the death ball in the backline. The Nano goes in onto Primos, but with so much damage coming in, you're not able to put in the damage yourself. Sheepy is able to return the favor on McBeanbean, taking them out with the anti-nade as they move their way into the final objective resting spot. We see now a Junkrat coming out from Kazime looking to do some damage. It looks like Chibi Kitty getting froze, but does get protected by Bravery Shield as the fat shatter comes out from Brimos looking to do some cleanup. Swimmy only gets Brim there in the end. They are going to push the rest of the team off the objective though. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
And so that shatter is maybe one you want back, especially going into this next fight, because you're going to have to contend with a Riptire and the Soldier Visor coming in on the other side. But your Graviton can do something. You have a Nano Boost to try to rebuild that shatter in the Graviton, and we see the grab really early.
Coming out as well as the Maywall trying to... Wait, what was that? That was an odd curve for Brimos right there during the charge. But nevertheless, they were still able to retake the objective once again. Brimos taking down McBeanbean with the Fire Strike in the end. 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining on the clock.
I don't know. These flicks are starting to look suspicious for Brimos. I might have to call in 0.25 themselves. Get the analytics scope on this. Make sure there's no cheating of any kind. As the Rhymes are now just swinging.
This is just a fun game. The tackle comes in from Brimos, but ends up missing a KDC in the end. Here comes the Nano, but the freeze is too strong for them to push in. Prim and McBeanbean popping the coalescence, and the attack visor end up getting kills of their own. Brimos wasting the shatter straight into the shield of KBC. The only one left on the objective right now is Nova Vixen, but they will end up taking them out. With only a minute remaining on the clock, we are in final fight territory for control of this objective. As we see now Swimmy working their way in, seeing if they can get that initial pick. McBeanbean will end up taking them out of the fight as Primos now swapping over to the Hammond, looking to see if they can do some damage, but the shatter coming in from KBC gets 3. Blizzard now coming in from Eternal, trying to hold on to the objective, give some time for the respawns. The boost coming in sends Frozen Kazime right over the end, but Prim getting the double kill. Bravery following up on Eternal as they continue to do some damage. The tackle coming in onto a Nano Brimos right now, looking to see if they can solidify this kill. KBC does take down Bad Rep with a backswing of the hammer. McBeanbean following up on that as Eternal and Swimmy now coming out. Oh my gosh, we see a KBC Eternal Swimmy sandwich as Swimmy gets taken out during the middle of the Blossom. The point will be cleared with 6.2 seconds remaining as Objective 3 gets captured and we head into round 2.
And 6.2 seconds is always huge on any of these maps. As long as you finish with 1 second in the bank, regardless of how fast your opponent completes it, you are going to get that extra round. Granted, you just want to hold the first round to get the extra point, but it's always nice to have kind of that
Frickin' minds. I didn't even know it was possible to grab an objective in 0.1 seconds remaining, but it happened and it was beautiful.
And that 0.1 seconds matters.
Yeah, that 0.1 seconds does matter. I do want to give an additional shout out to Elfie, who was contacting me during that match. That's why I was a little bit off there, folks. Has offered another specialized pop for another giveaway this evening. A 6-inch super-sized toxic Hammond pop being offered up for the end of the stream this evening. So again, hit that sub button if you want an extra entry to grab again one of these specialized pops that will be given away. Thank you so much, Elfie, for your continued support of our community.
You know, if I genuinely wanted a toxic Hammond, I could just go into my gold games and I'll find it there. But focusing down on this game, we do finally see the Symmetra coming out that I wanted to see, and we're seeing the teleport straight to the back of point.
Ooh, but that anti-nade is huge! KBC does end up getting frozen as well, but the immortality from McBean from McBean keeping them up a little bit in that allows them to continue to hold on. We do see the Torb once again from Kazime coming out was completely uncontested on the objective, and it looks like that'll be a clear 3 minutes 15 seconds on the clock as they prepare for another push.
Much better.
And nothing really gained or lost for either teams, obviously. Anything gets used up in that fight. And so we're just kind of back to another neutral poking fight, and I feel like Kazime on the Torbjorn is going to have a little bit higher value. But if the Symmetra can get set up, just melt down one of these two shields that they're facing on the other side. Or Brimos could just try to walk in.
Kazime immediately melting the turret as soon as they come out of the... The team is incredibly split up, though. KBC trying to retreat back to the safety of the team as we see Brimos getting their shield destroyed. That's going to force them to back up just a little bit as we now see the battle ensuing once again. Sheepy with the nano online going straight to Brimos, but the shatter goes straight into shield. KBC now has the anti-nade and the nano coming in. Tag visor from Prim in the backline gets the quad kill while all the nonsense is going on the objective. KBC getting the fire strike onto Swimmy there in the end will give them 2 minutes and 5 seconds to continue defending objective Alpha.
And you hate fights like that where as the offense you're investing ults just to lose. That Tag Visor absolutely came up clutch, and going into this next fight they have both tank ultimates and Kazime coming up on that Molten Core for the side of Ian here. This could be another strong defensive hold.
Oh boy, the shatter coming in, but the Maywa sprays out the team beat up, also invested by Nova Vixen to help bring them back into the fight. We're going to see the Blizzard now going down to counter the Molten Core. Ends up getting 3. All they got to do is clean it up, and that will be a successful cleanup of the Blizzard. Brimos getting those final kills onto KBC with Badrep and Nova following up on Bravery and Kazime. The turret last to fall in the fight as with 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining on the clock, objective Alpha will be captured as we now see a deep dive coming in from half the team with Eternal swap over to the Sombra. Do you think that really helped their chances taking objective Alpha?
I mean, absolutely, just because it's very important to push up into B because a lot of teams do like to hold this first corner at the bookshop. Because of the defensive advantages it has, not a lot of options to flank unless you want to go the long way around. And if you push up aggressively, the rocks are swinging!
But the Shatter comes in after the hack onto KBC without a shield to protect. That is going to be a quick cleanup. We now see the Nano getting invested onto Brimos, trying to take down Bravery. Will end up being successful as Kazime, last to stand, will end up falling there to Eternal in the end. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining for the Trash Pandas to push into Objective 2.
Yes, indeed. And this payload is just going to continue to push. As you see, teams always like to push up and hold forward, but it gets a little bit risky when your payload is that far back because the Ana does not have LOS sightlines, so she can't heal if she can't see you. So Brimos is a little bit caught out here and could be collapsed on.
All right, there comes the Graviton and the EMP grabs 5, taking down both the tanks in the Graviton. Attack Visor coming out from Prim, though, seeing if they can take out anyone with the additional amplification matrix. The beam drop invested from Nova Vixen does save a majority of the team for now. Now we're going to see the Nano come in onto Prim, coming in with the cleanup with the help of Kazime's concussion mine. They're going to go ahead and retake the objective, but the fight continuing on. 4 meters left. The tire being invested by Kazime gets the double onto Bad Rep and Primos, and will be a cleanup of the objective. Nova Vixen currently sitting on point, but honestly, that is going to be it, folks. Nothing to be had for that push. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining to grab objective number 2.
And that entire fight spelled out the dangers. The Ana wasn't there to heal them. Even though it was an elongated fight and a little bit was forced out, maybe you wanted to hold that tire for the next one. But now setting up for this next fight, KBC could potentially go behind them on this Reinhardt. The shatter from above could be huge here. They don't know!
Oh, the shatter ends up getting 2, but the Maywolf! Out, not being able to follow up on it. Kazime does take down Eternal, though, in the fight. Swimmy trading for bravery right there as the continued picks come in for either side. A minute remaining on the clock. Nova Vixen, the only one that is going to end up surviving that fight, as Sheepy being the last to fall as Kazime takes a little nap.
Need a little sleepy sleep, maybe not the best time to do it. Now we're approaching less than 40 seconds on the clock. This is the fight you're going to have to win, not just because of time constraints, but because of the ult economy. It's probably the best it's been in your favor if you are the side of Trash Pandas. You have the Shatter, you can build up towards your Graviton in that, and you have the Nano Boost, but the Visor on the other side's proved deadly before, and it can do it again.
That's true. The Shatter comes in after the hack, but gets nothing but shield thanks to bravery on that Orisa. Here comes the Nano. Look. The tire comes out, ends up getting taken down by Bad Rep. This is in their favor right now. 4v6 battle. Here comes the Graviton, looking to see if they can clean it up, and will be successful despite Kazime taking down Nova Vixen. Trash Pandas will end up taking objective number 2, giving them a minute and a half to take objective number 3.
And now, as you said, we're already down to less than a minute and a half, so you're going to have to push quick because you need any sort of time advantage you can get. Because of how close these two teams have been fighting, it really is all up in the air. Going to this next fight, though, EMP is going to come online. Swimmy should be able to land a few right clicks, build up to that Blizzard with that. And Bring was already almost to another Shatter, but KBC is ready on the other side.
The EMP was ready, but so was Prim as the Rocket takes down Eternal before the fight even ensues. 60 seconds remaining, and it looks like Trash Pandas are going to continue to try to push in. Now here comes the Bongos out from Bravery, looking to see if they can clean that up early before Eternal gets into the fight. Primos will end up falling to Bravery as Prim takes out Bad Rep with the Helix Rocket. That's going to go ahead and push the rest of Trash Pandas all the way back to spawn with 35 seconds left on the clock.
Yes, indeed, and you're looking towards final fight, and you have to be able to win this fight right here if you're the side of Trash Pandas, but you also have to win whatever recontest is going to happen at the end of point C. And looking at the ult bank, they have to fight pretty much everything online but the Supercharger for the other side, but they start with the EMP!
Coming in along with the B-drop to make sure everyone stays secure, but the EMP has worn off very quickly without a pick to be had. KBC, Prim, and Kazime clearing the objective of everyone that is Trash Panda affiliated, and incredibly awesome name will grab the first map after the halftime, making it 2-1 here in our All Stars face-off.
And I mean, that was an incredibly close match, but as I was highlighting, I mean, that ult economy was just so impressive for the side of Ian at that very last moment. It was going to be hard to break into because you couldn't invest everything for the side of Trash Panda because you need to also be prepared for the final fight at the end of C. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, when you're at that much of a disadvantage, there's nothing you can do.
Nope, I agree with you there. Bad Rep showing to be an incredible Zarya there with Primos. 33 out of 34 eliminations being high energy kills, which if I remember correctly, isn't that over 70% charge? Counts as a high energy kill? Something like that?
I think it's over 60, but I could be wrong.
But even still, like, to be able to maintain an above 60 for all your kills, like, that's absolutely incredible right there. All right, go ahead and start blowing up the chat. Who y'all want to see take away this next map? This could be the end of the series if Team Ian ends up taking this final map, which will be our escort map of the evening. If Trash Pandas bring it back, though, we'll be headed to a map 5. So go ahead, start blowing up in the chat who you all want to see take it away. Megalas, you want to give us a quick recap of what we saw during King's Row?
I mean, it was just kind of a tank battle of sorts. The war between Brimos and KBC on the Reinhardts, the shatters coming in out of nowhere for both these teams. Truly impressive. But I think it comes down to that difference once again. You obviously had Bad Rep kind of opting to the Zarya, whereas the side of Ian was more wanting this double shield, Bravery on the Orisa, which is a pretty good look. If we remember after the start of this series, Bravery was the one playing the Reinhardt, and it didn't look as clean, so maybe just more comfortable on Orisa, being able to set up with those halts and also just survive. Orisa is such a beefy tank, regardless of her shield. The Fortify, the amount of armor she has, it's ridiculous. But I mean, going into a 4th map here, I wonder what Trash Pandas is gonna opt into. Obviously, being just flat out escort, no ifs, ands, or buts, no points to capture. Just simply push the payload.
All right. It looks like we are headed to Rialto for our escort map this evening, as Eternal says, for McBeanbean. Which is weird because McBeanbean's not on their team, so I don't know why they'd pick a map. Unless McBeanbean is absolutely horrid on Rialto, and then that's probably a pick you want to make. So, all right. Rialto will be our next map. Looking in the chat, it looks like a lot of love for Bad Rep and Sheepy. So Trash Panda's getting a lot of love in the chat right now. I do want to remind people that we will be giving away some additional pop figurines, special limited edition pop figurines at the end of our stream this evening, similar to the Amazon Anna that we gave away earlier this evening. So remember, you can get an additional entry into that if you hit that subscribe button. $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime sub will not only give you an extra entry, but it will support our amazing community, give you some access to some cool emotes that people have made, and just show how awesome you are. So you can also support us by hitting that heart and punching that bell so that you get notified every time that we're online. With all that being said, I'm going to check and see if the teams are ready to go. How do you think this is going to go down on Rialto there, Megalas?
I mean, it's definitely hard to tell because Ian has been opting into the Rhino Orisa, but Rialto is a map that favors aggression. I mean, some of the best and fastest offenses, as well as good defensive holds we've seen in the history of this map, have just been teams who are not afraid to press that W key. Granted, maybe different metas, different times, but still it just seems as though aggression can win out, and I think Brimos has been the most aggressive player on the server. Just ridiculous how deep they will go for picks, for shatters, for anything.
Agreed, and it looks like we're going back to the memes on Rialto, as you saw during the halftime video that I ended up catching briefly during halftime. There was a point at which McBeanbean was riding the boats, and apparently that's why Rialto is getting picked, because everyone wants to see McBeanbean on the boat once again, just enjoying Rialto, not worrying about the rest of their team or keeping the heels on, just enjoying a nice robotic gondola ride around the Rialto pathways. So I'm definitely interested to see how this will end up working out for our teams, though. But we just gotta wait for them to get ready. So let's continue to fill some time, shall we?
Sure, indeed. I mean, obviously, if you have the gondola rides, it truly is a beautiful map, Rialto, from where it started as that kind of archives mission where it was just nighttime. Really, in the daytime, it's just such a beautiful aesthetic map. You get the gondolas, and I wouldn't mind just riding around, not having to worry about a payload, doing everything. It's absolutely crazy what you can see on this map, and it really just gives also the architecture of the map lends itself to a few different things, as I was talking about with the aggression, but at the same time there are a few places for Widowmaker to hold, a little bit of high ground here and there, and a lot of nooks and crannies where people can kind of be hidden. It's ridiculous.
No, I agree with you there, and it seems like that's one of the issues that McBeanbean as an Ana player has, is that there are so many people that there are so many places that you can kind of hide to stay protected, but there are also so many places that other people can also be hiding. So I'm really interested to see how this ends up working out, if a lot of the fight is going to end up going to end up happening on the objective, or if we're going to end up seeing a lot of side fights in the different rooms that are associated with this Rialto map. So we're right now just waiting for Incredibly Awesome Name to be incredibly awesome and ready up. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the show started. Looking in the chat right now, everybody's ready to see Bean drive the boat or enjoy a gondola ride. Zenthoxin is asking for a daytime-nighttime map for Rialto, which is actually surprising because Rialto should have a night variant if the archives have anything to say about it.
I mean,
maybe we might see that this year.
Possibly. I think there's, with the holiday maps that they add, which I honestly wish they could do more of those. They are actually really unique and cool, the little holiday editions. But I think there's only 2 maps that change from day to night. I think it's just King's Row and Blizzard World. Hanamura doesn't change, and no, I believe Eichenwald also changes for the Halloween.
Yes, for Halloween it's nighttime. And yeah, Hollywood does this too for Halloween.
Why are all of the hybrid maps the ones that get holiday variants?
All
of the hybrid maps besides Nubani and then Hanamura. I'm calling bias. I'm talking to Blizzard specifically right now, and I would like it resolved.
Let me think. Is there really not another holiday map? I can't check right now in the workshop mode because we're in a match, but I'll check afterwards because it has all the maps in there. But you might be right.
No, there's Lijiang with the New Year's.
Oh, that's right. Lunar New Year, Lijiang gets that one. But that's 1 out of 5 special maps, though. That's really odd. And as McBean is scared stiff, as we see Brimos coming in on the ball, working their way in the backline to try to take them out. We will see the fight take to the skies this time around as Swimmy and Nova Vixen go ahead and take on the Fara Mercy. Prim on that Widowmaker ends up picking off Sheepy very early in the fight as that payload has already made its way past the bridge. Oh shoot, I didn't even notice we had dueling Fara Mercies. All I'm waiting for is now Banjos to be playing, and then we definitely have the ultimate duel going on. Eternal is able to pick off Kazime with the Icicle, as well as Prim, showing to be an incredible force for damage right now for the Trash Pandas. They're trying to hold off KBC, currently getting supported by Chibi Kitty. They're trying to walk their way back, but I think they're going to end up getting taken down as Swimmy does get tackled by KBC. The Shatter comes in, allowing them to clean up Nova Vixen in the end, but that is going to be it as KBC is removed from the fight. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock.
And we're just continuing to see this first point hold, and it's absolutely kind of stunning how that was able to be pulled off. I mean, the double shield should not allow Widowmaker to get picks like this.
That's a fast Shatter coming in. Battle Mount coming out for Chibi Kitty, looking to clean it up right now. Nova brings back into the fight though, as Eternal ends up taking down Bravery with the Blizzard. McBean follows up on Swimmy saying, "Daughter, you will not live this day." KBC will get followed up on by Brimos, trapped in the corner as Prim follows up an Eternal. 1 minute, 55 seconds remaining on the clock as KBC says, "Thanks for the shatter, nerd."
And I mean, Prim on this Widowmaker has just been a destructive force, and there's nothing really to stop it. Swimmy can't go in, they'll get their head torn off. Your best bet is maybe Brimos, but even then, as you see right now, Brimos is hacked, just going to the backline, and Prim gets another hit, burning res so early.
That is true. The shatter comes in. Doesn't manage to get a lot of follow-up though. As Swimmy able to take down Chibi Kitty in the backline. KBC currently anti-nated, trying to get those heals back up, but Swimmy is being supported until Prim puts one right between the eyes. They're working their way into the objective still. A 4v4 fight. KBC trying to stay on the objective as the Nano now coming on to KBC, looking to clean it up, but the anti-nade preventing any additional healing from happening. KBC does get the double as the anti-nade now falling on to Bad Rep. The barrage will come out from Swimmy, gets the double, but gets taken out by McBean once again. The objective will be cleared just shy of objective point number 1 with 40 seconds remaining on the clock.
And now we're seeing compositions switch up on the offense. We're possibly having Bravery go over this Roto. I'm not sure the value it's supposed to get. But, I mean, this EMP is going to have to be huge. You can combo it pretty well with Shatter, and you might even earn Foul. Just kind of throw it all in, see where it gets you. But the mines come first!
Minefields come out, take down Prim in the backline. The Shatter all coming down from KBC is not able to get value due free from Eternal. All they have is one push, one opportunity left as the res comes in from Chibi Kitty due to the Valve. The Blizzard going to hold KBC off the objective with that Maywall as well. And at 91.85 meters, we will end up seeing the hold on objective 1.
And while it is possible for Ian to get a slightly better hold and win it here, I don't know. I'm always getting the vibe. I feel like anytime I'm here, I'm casting, the game 5 just tends to come out, and I feel like this is the direction we're heading after such a great defense for the side of Trash Pandas.
All right. Well, let's get prepared for the part that everyone wants to see, because I think this is the only time that McBean will be able to do it at least safely without losing objective entirely. Let's go ahead and prepare for the beautiful boat driving or boat gondola relaxation of McBean.
Yes, indeed. I'm hovered over the river. I am prepared. I am ready. The Ana is leading the charge. Oh, are they not taking the boats at all?
I don't think they're going to. Oh, that's too bad. No boat play. Oh, I think they're serious now. McBean is ready to go, ready to give that heals right now. No boat rides today. We're getting serious. With 10 seconds remaining on the clock, let's take a look into the chat. It looks like everybody is loving the ball play that was coming out from Brimos during that last match. And I gotta say, I am not the best ball player, but seeing them coming in on a escort map like this, definitely showing to be a force right now against the team composition.
Absolutely. I mean, Wrecking Ball does have its place here on the Alto. There's just so many little rollouts he can do, whether coming over the roofs or the long alleyways. But Bad Rep just going to go ahead and swing on the Orisa for free.
That is right. Taking down Bravery, but Bad Rep gets followed up on by Kazime as the anti-nade goes and stops Brimos from coming in. Swimmy, who has the Discord on them right now, going to get healed back up once again. 3 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock as we see Trash Pandas prepare for another push.
And with how early this payload got stopped, you're gonna have to give yourself some sightlines because the Rhine has to get room, but that's a lot of room!
Alright, Eternal able to take down KBC. Fat Shatter coming in from Bad Rep afterwards, clearing out Chibi Kitty right there. Eric in the chat highlighting, I'm unsubbing because McBean is not taking the boat ride. That's not good, fam. At least keep your sub until the end. You don't want to give up your extra chance to get a Funko Pop. Don't give it up just yet. I understand though. I understand your frustration. Brimos continuing to be a show of force right now already moving their way into the backline. KBC now swapping over to the ball as well, seeing if they can equally get some damage in on the backline of Trash Pandas as Eternal ends up getting the first pick on to Chibi Kitty. The slam comes in, grabbing two, but does not get followed up on as we go ahead and see the Nano now coming in. And I'm not for certain who it ended up going to.
I'm not sure who the Nano went to, but I also Chibi Kitty trans from spawn. So I'm not sure why.
I mean, they did try to get back to the objective quickly, I guess, to support, because they are pretty close to that final resting point. Less than 20 meters to get there as Prim, with the pulse bomb, despite being slammed by Primos, does end up getting the double kill. It is a 4v1 fight right now as we see Bravery trying to hold on to the objective, just spinning that shield wildly. Bad Rep will end up taking down KBC with some kind of boop. I'm not exactly for certain, but with Kazime and McBean clearing the objective of the tanks, they will go ahead and hold at that 4-meter mark with 1 minute, 15 seconds on the clock.
And now we're just kind of switched over to the fast heroes, so a little bit less synergy, but Prim came up so big on that Tracer, already closing in on another Pulse Bomb. It isn't all that built incredibly quickly. And another pick like that with less than a minute could possibly decide this map.
Well, Swimmy is coming in on that free, so that is going to be dangerous. Anti-nade coming in as KBC dives in. Kazime does get the pick onto Bad Rep as the Nano comes in, amplifying the Pulse Bomb onto Prim, allows them to take Primos out of the fight. Minefield also solidifying kills for the rest of the team. 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and pretty much final fight territory if we want to see Trash Pandas take away this all-star match.
And it's terrifying right now if you're the side of Ian, because their Blizzard's on the other side. You can't hide it. But KBC already gets an early pick. The Blizzard might not matter.
Well, the boop comes in. Eternal looking to see if they can clean it up. The rally coming out from Chibi Kitty as well as the minefield from Brimos does not end up getting the slam there to prevent people from moving away from the minefield. KBC returning into the fight. It's ball on ball right now as the Nano now coming in onto Bravery. Prim gets the double kill, and we are going to see Team Incredibly Awesome Name walk away with the victory tonight here on Rialto.
Play of the game.
And that was just an absolutely ridiculous. The Blizzard could have come up huge, but doesn't even get a chance to use it because of just the sheer aggressive defense here. Gets the picks when it matters the most, and now you're seeing just a little bit of Brig play. You know, we didn't get Dukes tonight, but we got to at least see some Brig, and that's always...
Wow, that's some incredible Brig play coming out right there. Congratulations to Team Incredibly Awesome Name for taking away the victory 3-1 against the Trash Pandas tonight. But honestly, all these coming in as our All-Stars voted upon by you, our community, did an incredible job tonight. Despite what people may want to believe, I actually checked the math before the match started. This was an incredibly balanced match. Like, SR-wise, we were setting high diamond, low masters play going on right here. So everyone should be very proud of the work that went on this evening here in our All-Stars match, which means we are going to go ahead and do our player of the match, and then we're going to give away some more Funko Pops. So, Megalas, I will give you the honors of starting us off with your player of the match.
I mean, there's so many people I could give it to, and I understand that they did not win, but I have to personally highlight Brimos because aggressive Reinhardt play is something I live for, even though I don't play main tank. And it's truly just ridiculous what this person was able to get away with. I mean, shatters left, right, and center. Always the 3 or 4 man, never just shattering into his shield. And I mean, it was a nice little thing to play around. Granted, they weren't able to take the win in the end, but still, every map, Brimos just put out a highlight reel, and that's just why I have to highlight it.
Nope, I agree with you there. I think I'm going to have to give mine to our Ana players this evening. I can't pick just one because between Sheepy, Chibi Kitty, and McBean, all of them playing incredibly exceptional Anas tonight. Just absolutely doing well to support their team. Huge anti-nades, regardless of who was playing Ana. Just hitting each team for 3 or 4 members apiece, really deciding fights before they even it even came down to the first hammer swing. So to my Ana players, congratulations on your players of the match this evening. Sir Meow in the chat giving some love to Bad Rep on the side of Trash Pandas, and it looks like we're having some back and forth in the chat right now. Let's go ahead and prepare, though, for our next 2 giveaways. You only get to see a picture of one, unfortunately, because we didn't have the Hammond one. Oh, you grabbed the Hammond one too? Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and pop our 2 pops that we will be giving away on the screen now. Our first one is going to be a very special Overwatch League debut esports Tracer pop. This is a Fanatics exclusive pop up for a giveaway now. So in the chat, go ahead and put in exclamation OCC All Stars so that you can enter to win this Tracer pop, and then we'll go ahead and move on over to the Hammond pop in the end. All right. McBean in the chat coming in after an incredible game saying, I was being focused on by Brimos. I mean, yeah, but you still won. You know, it's one of those things like, yeah, that sucks, but like you still won the match, so.
But I fully get it. I mean, there's games where like, you know, I won't get healing if I'm on DPS or something. Our team will still win, but I'll sit there and be like, I don't feel like I won because I just got to die over and over at the sacrifice of the team. But McBean, it doesn't really count. You didn't go on the boats. Therefore, the win for you was null and void.
Yeah, see, Eric and many others are going to unsubscribe now because you didn't go on the McBean. It makes me sad. Is McBean still in the game? I'll restart Rialto just so that we can watch McBean go on the boats for a couple of minutes. They're already gone. I'm gonna try to invite them back and see if they'll just go on the boat. Oh no, there they are. All right, let's see if McBean will go ahead and go on the boats for all of y'all's viewing pleasure. Remember, exclamation point OCC All Star in the chat. If you are subscribed, $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription, will give you an extra chance to take away one of these incredible special limited edition pop figurines. So here we go. McBean and Chibi Kitty on the Widows. I'm not for certain what they're doing.
I don't know if they think it's a Widow 1v1 or what, but McBean just needs to be on the boats.
Yeah, I guess they're doing a Widow 1v. Although that's, you know what? They should do the Widow 1v1 on the boat.
Yes.
I'm calling it right now.
Yes, indeed. That would be a truly good way to end this. But
Much better.
No goats, no boats, no coconuts. All right, let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see if they can make that happen. It looks like we've got 20 users out of our 30 right now. I'm going to give it another minute, 10:39. We're going to go ahead and call it for this Tracer OCC exclusive pop figurine. So be sure to put that in, exclamation point OCC All Star in the chat right now.
in the water.
And McBean oh goodness! As we go ahead and see Chibi Kitty enjoying their leisurely gondola ride as they wait for McBean to get back on the boat. It writes itself. It honestly does, Megalas. All right, let's go ahead and lock it up for this Tracer Pop figurine. Who is our winner of this exclusive Tracer Pop? It is Sir Meow 361 has won an exclusive Overwatch League debut Tracer Pop figurine. Congratulations to Sir Meow. Be sure to contact Elfie in the Discord so that we can get that sent to you. Let's go ahead and restart it once again. This is for now our 6-inch oversized Hazard or Toxic or whatever the name of the skin is, Hammond figurine or Wrecking Ball figurine if you'd rather. So let's go ahead, pop in the chat once again, exclamation point OCC All Star, so that we can see who will take this one away. I do want to give a special shout out to everyone here at OCCS. This has been an incredible season. We did go through some incredible changes in the middle of the season, but despite that, we have come back bigger, better, and stronger than before, and I just want to give a shout out to everyone that made that possible. We really could not have such the community we have without all your incredible help. All right, so what is the score right now in this Widow? Oh.
I think the water has the most kill.
As Chibi goes straight into the side of the boat with the Widow hook. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. All right, so what is the score right now to this Widow battle? Because I didn't set it up for any type of scoring.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to I think
okay.
The water's just been getting all the kills.
Yeah, the water honestly is the real right now. Just taking lives left and right. Nobody knows how to swim on the Overwatch hero pool, which you think would be important if you were a hero. Like, come on, like of all the things that almost 30 heroes can't do, they can't swim. And McBean just like trying to juke all the bullets coming from Chibi, but we'll end up getting taken out there. So that's a 1-0 right there. Let's give it another minute as the sights now coming out from McBean. Really want to know where Chibi is, seeing if they can get that pick. But Chibi has the sights online as well, so I don't know why they're trying to sneak up on them. Chibi, all they have to do is pop sights and they'll know. Uh-oh. Chibi didn't pop him, though. Ooh, that's a there. All right, we got 33 watching at home, 20 users entered, exclamation point, OCC All Star in the chat. Please put it in there. We don't want to see you end up losing the pop just because you didn't type it in. All right, this next Widow shot will decide the end of our entries. Type it in, folks. Hammond 6-inch extra large pop figurine.
My goodness.
Whoa, here it goes. The jukes. Oh, but Chibi gets McBean. That's going to be the last shot for this. Chibi Kitty take it away 2-1 or 3-2 actually in this Widow face off right now. Let's go ahead and end the contest, and let's see who our winner is of this exclusive Hammond pop figurine.
Yes, indeed, and
McBean, I believe.
I don't think
Fight the Bean.
I think Fight the Bean is someone else. I'm pretty sure McBean is McBean.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I didn't. Oh, that's right. So who's Fight the Beans? Maybe there's someone who's anti-McBean. Oh, no. Congratulations. McBean coming in with the OCC All Star after we ended it. I'm so sorry, McBean. You should have thrown that in there before you started this crazy Widow battle. But we did get to see some boat action, so hopefully Eric and all the rest of y'all, you won't be leaving us for those subs. We definitely appreciate your support. But congratulations to Fight the Beans. Congratulations to all our winners tonight. And thank you once again to Elfie for providing not only the videos that you watched tonight, putting together this entire All-Stars event, as well as providing those special pop figurines to some lucky people in the chat this evening. Thank you so much for following us. This is officially the end of Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrim Season 2. We will be preparing for Season 3, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of action continuing to happen on the channel. So if you haven't done it already, hit that heart, punch that bell, hit that sub button, or share some subs as Erica did in the chat earlier this evening. Just show your support for this amazing community. I want to give a thank you to our producer for the evening, Trippy Ninja. Thank you so much for being our incredible producer for this awesome event. And with that being said, that's going to be it for us here at OCCS. I'm Captain Jack.
And I am Megalass.
And we will see y'all next time.